Yes.
Been a long time, without a dope beat.
It's Steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. Again, I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht.
That's right, it is Yacht Rock Wednesday. And on this day, I like to feature adult contemporary hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and they are normally of a Caucasian persuasion. Now, the first thing I want to actually mention is that I got a overwhelming response to doing ABBA last week. More than I expected. I had almost 800 views in a week's time, which is really good for me because I normally get certain videos that only get like 20 or 30, but I guess you guys really like ABBA. Now, what was more surprising to me was the geography of, or maybe not so surprising, but the geography of the people that actually watched that video. And the reason why is that a majority of the people, at least 21% being the highest category, were actually from Sweden. And I was kind of wondering why I was getting certain comments that were, praising ABBA and giving me their whole discography and talking about the politics of the time and why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that. And I'm like, huh? But I realize it now because I only pulled up these kind of stats like maybe 3 minutes ago. So that's where I discovered it. And then, of course, the United States, because I think that's kind of like my target audience because I am in the United States, but I would love to continue to have, people from other countries watching my videos, which I do. But, as far as the male to female ratio that I have on my channel, it's still a sausage fest, really. 77% of the people that watch my videos are males.
Whenever you're at a party full of guys and you're ready to get wild, just crack open a bottle of Sierra Nevada Sausage Fest and bring on the dudes.
Which I'm really surprised about because I would think more females would care about maybe some of the music that I do play. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it can be a popularity contest, and I know, even with my own self-esteem, I know I'm not the best-looking guy. I'm a big guy. I know I'm not the best-looking guy, and people are still trying to figure out what the hell this is. It's just something that I wanted to do. So, also, the other thing that I'm surprised about is that, 90-something% of the people that actually watch my videos, or at least watch this video, they're not subscribing. Why aren't you guys subscribing? It just takes a little click here and you're subscribed, and I do at least 10 videos each and every week. So, getting that out of the way. But, hello to those of you in Sweden and across the world. I've had some really, unique destinations in the world that do watch my videos, so I thank you very much. So the first video that I'm going to play tonight comes from 1979, and one of the reasons why I'm playing this is that I'm kind of, as you get old, you start thinking about certain memories in your life, and the memories that come into my life is when I moved to the UK, and I moved to the UK almost in the winter of 1980, and the thing that jumps out to me is the first song that created a memory for me when I moved to the UK. When I got off the plane and I was entering the terminal, the first song that I heard was the Monkees' Daydream Believer.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean. What can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen?
that song has always stuck in me. I probably heard it before watching the Monkees when I was growing up on reruns, because I believe that song came out in like the late 60s, and I wasn't even born until 69.
69, dudes!
But it came out before that, but you always saw the Monkees reruns. But the thing that also gets to me is that the song that I'm going to play tonight, I believe, is the second song that I heard, and it is Cliff Richard's We Don't Talk Anymore. And this song came out in 79, but here's the thing, you know, it was still in the charts into the 80s. It was Cliff Richard's biggest hit, and there's really not much to say about it other than, you know, it's his biggest hit ever. You know, up until that time frame, Cliff Richard was like a teen singer. You know, he had hits all the way up until like 1968. He had 9 #1 hits up until 1968, and then all of a sudden he had this long drought, and this song was going to be his comeback, and it was. So it's a great decision that he made. But let's take a look at what this song did on the charts, and I might need some oxygen for this one. So Balamo, it went to number 3 in Australia, number 1 in Austria, number 1 in Belgium, number 4 in the Canada Top Singles, number 1 in Denmark, number 1 in Finland, number 1 in Europe, number 1 in Ireland, number 1 in Israel, number 13 in Italy, number 3 in the Netherlands Dutch Top 40, number 4 on the Netherlands Single Top 100, 5 in New Zealand, 1 in Norway, 2 in South Africa, 6 in Spain, 4 in Sweden, 1 in Switzerland, 1 in the UK, 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, 5 on the US Adult Contemporary, which gets it to this list, number 6 on the US Cashbox, and number 1 in West Germany. This song was huge, and I like this song. I don't hear it much anymore, but I don't listen to the radio anymore, so, you know, unless I have it downloaded on my phone, which I think I do. It's a song that came up to me earlier this week. I actually sent it to somebody, you know, in a DM, because all of a sudden, you know, there was a time frame where we used to talk, and then all of a sudden we just don't talk anymore. So I kind of sent that to them as like a hint, talk to me. If you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, here is Cliff Richard and We Don't Talk Anymore.
Why won't you talk to me? Why won't you talk to me? Why don't you answer my calls when I call you?
Used to think that life was sweet. Used to think we were so complete. I can't believe you throw it away. Used to feel we had it made. Used to feel we could sail away. Can you imagine how I feel today? Well, it seems a long time guess your leaving was meant to be. It's down to you now. You wanna be free. Well, I hope you know which way to go. You're on your own again. Don't come crying to me when you're the lonely one. Remember what you got. Oh, it's so funny how we don't talk anymore. It's so funny why we don't talk anymore. But I ain't losing sleep. I ain't counting sheep. No, no, no. It's so funny how we don't talk anymore.
Alright, so that was Cliff Richard with We Don't Talk Anymore. And the song is kind of self-explanatory other than the fact that, you know, there's a big difference between keyboard sounds in the 80s and in the 70s, and you can tell there's a slight difference. There's a little bit more dynamic because I think we're going from a little bit of a more like an analog type of a digital to more of a polyphonic. When you get into the 80s, there's a little bit more robust sound when it comes from the keyboards, especially when you get to the mid to late 80s. But you know, it's a great song. It still kind of holds up. You know, he's like almost 40 years old when this song came out, so this was great for his career. And you know, I saw him all over the place in the 80s, you know, especially when I lived in the UK. And like I said, this was a resurgence for him. So if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.